In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to change the color balance of a particular layer, and this is quite an effective tool for people in photoshopping. So as the animals are hybrids, why not add a little bit of coolness and a bit of intrigue to them by changing their overall color? So I'm just going to zoom in. At least I think I can zoom in. Just checking I'm recording as well. So I've got the catfish selected, and to change the overall color balance, you can go to, I think it's layer on this, is it? No, it's select, modify. No, we'll get there. Image, yeah, image adjustments. And I'm going to show you a couple of these things just really quickly. So the first one's brightness and contrast. And all that does is it ups the brightness of the image. So the cat looks like some sort of angel cat now. Always return those back down to 0 to get your defaults of colour. Just type in 0 in the box to make life easier. My internet's a little slow when I'm making this, and obviously it's an online thing. Contrast just really brings out the lines, like black and white sort of variation in the image. Obviously that's like really faded looking. Contrast is quite important if you want to bring people's attention to certain bits of definition. Okay, I'm going to click OK there. Another thing we can do, if we go to image again and go to curves, this is a really bizarre little thing, but you can add points to it. And I can never quite get the logic behind it, but you can do all sorts of weird things with the brightness and contrast by changing a sort of curved line and really playing around with the way that line works. It's a really cool little effect. So the brightness and contrast combined, but in a little weird sort of linear graph that you are the controller behind. Do all sorts of strange things with it. I'm going to reset it. Can bring it out a little bit stronger. Go this side. Depending on the way you do that. I think it's certain levels of tone it goes for. There we go, bring out some strength in the colour. Just another little photoshopping trick. So that's the curves. I'm going to leave it like that actually, I quite like that. And then if you go to image, this is my all-time favourite though, is hue and saturation. So again we've got lightness and saturation. Similar concepts to the brightness and contrast, but saturation is how much colour is present. So if we put saturation down to 0, it's a black and white image. So minus 100 is a black and white image. Put it up, and there's like loads and loads of reds and yellows and blues appear in it. Put it back to 0, and you get quite a normal looking image. So there we go. Hue though, if you look at the colour of the cat's eyes, the yellow, if I change the hue, I'm changing the overall dominant colour in the image. So I could go for a really blue catfish by using the saturation and the hue. So the hue's changed the overall colour. This level of the spectrum, you can see all the different colours things are. As that allows us to change the overall colour of the creature to a blue catfish, because it's got elements of the fish in it as well. There we go, and you just create some weird and wonderful effects with that. Finally, any more adjustments? We can invert, which is something that will work with black and white, or creating weird effects, but that's not going to really work for what you're doing. We also have color balance, which is similar to hue and saturation. It's the amount of blue and red and green present in the image. So I can just do that again, bring up that, bring a bit more green into it, a bit more red, reduce the amount of green, I get more of a bluey effect. Zoom in again. That just looks like a really bizarre looking cat now. If you want to keep it like that, it's fine, or you can just Control Z loads and just undo all the changes that have been made. It's entirely up to you. So that is image and adjustments, and brightness and contrast, curves, hue and saturation, and color balance. All those weird and wonderful menus.